What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Saturday, April 6th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, so this is for the main slate, and it's 2 games. And it starts at 5 p.m. Eastern, so we have an early lock today. I think I dug a little bit too deep on that 13-game slate yesterday trying to pick out some sneaky value. So I'm keeping it simple today. I like Eric Bledsoe from the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing point guards. Eric Bledsoe scored 59 fantasy points in his last game. He got ejected last game for throwing the ball. That was a killer. So Eric Bledsoe is plenty rested. So my guess, if they rest anybody, it won't be Bledsoe, making him one of the safer plays of the day despite burning everyone last game. Eric Bledsoe averages 33.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 29 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Eric Bledsoe is $7,300 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, so I like that DraftKings price. Projected at 35.7 fantasy points here tonight, that's just about 5 times value. Eric Bledsoe's got that 60-point upside, and this is a fantastic matchup. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. I like Eric Bledsoe here versus the Brooklyn Nets. So our DFS tools for MLB baseball are now live and working. You can click on the MLB tab to change sports and check the tools out for baseball. They're really helpful. They're going to save you guys a ton of research time. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player. And we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Caris LeVert from the Brooklyn Nets playing the Milwaukee Bucks, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Caris LeVert has scored 16, 39, and 27 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 26.6 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 27 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Caris LeVert is $5,600 DraftKings salary. He's $500 more on FanDuel, projected at 26.7 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 28 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. Caris LeVert scored 39 fantasy points in his last game versus Milwaukee. He's been coming on lately. He's got over 30 in 3 of his last 5 games. He's got a 27 in there. Really, the 16 is his only bad game out of the last 5. So in a 2-game slate, maybe his ownership will be down a little bit. This could be a good spot to get ahead of the field. So I like Caris LeVert here versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay everyone, it's time to announce the winner of our weekly $100 comment contest. And the winner is Keith Johnson. Keith Johnson, you are the winner of this $100 weekly comment contest. Congratulations. Please reply to our comment to collect your prize. Let's give Keith some love in the comments, everyone. Because remember, next week, it could be you. Hit it. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Jakar Sampson from the Chicago Bulls playing the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing small forwards. Jakar Sampson has scored 36, 35, and 18 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 35.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 30 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. Jakar Sampson is $5,000 DraftKings salary. He's $500 more on FanDuel, projected at 26.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. The young guys are going to get all the run here, and Jakar Sampson has been one of the guys leading the pack. You know one of these Chicago Bulls is going to go off. It's either going to be Jakar Sampson, Shaquille Harrison, or Walt Lemon Jr. But I do like Jakar Sampson here versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Tobias Harris from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 6th worst defense overall. They're actually pretty good against power forwards. Tobias Harris has scored 30, 33, and 39 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 36.8 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 35 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Tobias Harris is $7,200 DraftKings salary. He's $300 less on FanDuel, so I love that FanDuel price. Projected at 35.6 fantasy points here tonight, that's just about 5 times value. Keep an eye on the injury report from Philadelphia to see if they're going to rest anybody today. I doubt they rest Tobias Harris. He only played 30 minutes last game, so you can see him out there for 35 minutes tonight. This is a pretty good matchup. It's a fast-paced game. Tobias Harris could be the guy carrying the load. So I like Tobias Harris here versus the Chicago Bulls. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Moving on to the center position, I like Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing centers. Brook Lopez has scored 25, 32, and 34 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 26.8 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 29 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. Brook Lopez is $5,700 DraftKings salary. He's $1,100 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 28.6 fantasy points here tonight, that's 5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. There's an implied total of 226.5 points in this game. Brook Lopez used to play for Brooklyn, so there's the revenge narrative, the big man versus Brooklyn narrative, and you might have some resting players in the Milwaukee Bucks, opening up more minutes and usage for Brook Lopez to crush his former team. So I love Brook Lopez here versus the Brooklyn Nets. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.